That you've done the animation yourself, and I think animation is really interesting.
I avoided anything which was either too impractical or too complicated in given budget.
How important is maybe the politics of a film for you as a writer?
Very important because Tumbad was never about just Vinayak's journey. It was also about the journey of India. कहानी पे हावी नहीं हो जाना चाहते थे. In fact, if you see with Sati Pratha, I made few comments, but we stay there.
All right, no, I hope that it reaches out, and I personally feel that the thriller element of the film is something that can appeal to the audience in terms of the mainstream audience, because it has that entire appeal. But the problem that we have in the entire distribution network right now, many times the faith is a bit missing, and then the number of screens the way they are in India, it's something which is, I think, much less compared to maybe like a China for the matter. Anyway, that's altogether a different debate. Okay, so as you mentioned that you've done the animation yourself, and I think animation is really interesting, and it's the best part is it's not like it's not overdone. It's a beating heart. As for those who have not seen the film, I can say it's like a beating heart, and the impact that it can create in terms of being a symbol of life. At the same time, it can just totally run chills down your spine because it has that fear element.
Understood. There is a reason behind this. There is a reason behind this. Okay. That in 2008 itself, when I was writing a storyboard, I was creating frame by frame color storyboarding of Tumbad, the ideas of Tumbad. Even then, I knew that I should stay practical. So all the VFX and animations and everything which you see, beating heart, you talked about everything. I was aware that in a given budget, I will able to do that. I will able to create my vision. I will able to put that into reality. So I avoided anything which was either too impractical or too complicated in given budget. So because of that, when the storyboard was there, everything was there, our art was there, our designs were there. All this was pre-planned, not for months, but sometimes some of the parts for years. So that's how we were able to crack it, the VFX end.
So, one thing that I personally find very important, especially in, say, serious films, when it comes to entertaining mainstream masala entertainers, then it's like it's all fun and games. So maybe one should.
It's a mainstream film. Like
No,
this
it is.
where
It is. I'm not saying that it's not, but the fact is that it is. Many a times in Bollywood, for that matter, the fact is the way movies are written, they are more of gags. In terms of, and the writing is completely missing. Many a times it is only gags, then you put item songs, then you put songs. You compile projects many a time. So I'm saying from that perspective. I'm not saying at all that Tumbad is not.
Bollywood, first of
Yeah,
all.
so I'll complete the question that I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is that considering for any serious story which has good writing, that everything is connected, there is a everything has a connection, everything has a context, and it's just flowing from one thread to another, which is something what happens in Tumbad as well. The subtext is something that personally I find it very interesting. You have a certain element of women empowerment. Those short statements that Panditji, the way he makes it. You have those statements about Gandhi. You start with Gandhi, and the fact is that there are people who want to.
Nathuram Godse.
Nathuram Godse, you mentioned Nathuram Godse as well. How important is maybe the politics of a film for you as a writer?
Very important because as a writer, I'll tell you, if you see Tumbad is in 3 parts. So for me, when I started writing Tumbad was never about just Vinayak's journey. It was also about the journey of India, the transformation of India which was happening. Tumbad was not possible if I would have changed the dates to 18th century or 2060, 70. It was not going to work. If you see carefully, the film carefully, because I put this as hints, because I never wanted them to emphasize, like I'm telling you the philosophy, I never wanted that. So all these things, they come very subtly. If you see carefully, the first part of Tumbad is about Vinayak's mother. It's about feudalism, the exploitation which was happening in feudalism in 1920s India, 30s India. When she only desperately wants a gold coin, one gold coin, and getting exploited for that. By 1936, India was entirely about imperialism. That's where the young Vinayak comes. He doesn't want one coin anymore. He wants a lot of coins. And by 1947, when finally India was free and slowly, steadily, it was turning towards capitalism, That's when comes the third generation of Vinayak, the Pandurang. You don't want so many coins, you want all the coins. So more and more subtly, steadily, with the three generations, the greed is expanding. And similarly, somehow it's connected with these three parts or three transformations from which India was going. But we try to keep it as subtle as possible because हमें वो कहानी पे हावी नहीं हो जाना चाहते थे. In fact, if you see with Sati Pratha, I made few comments, but we stay there. उससे ज़्यादा मैंने कुछ किया नहीं because it was not the part of core story. It was how the people were. Yeah, the Raghav at the same time hardcore fanatic, religious fanatic, who orthodox fanatic. At the same time is selling beef. At the same time is trying for opium permit, and all these characters, I think, they were the fact, they were the reality. The subtle hypocrite culture which was there, all these people are element of it. So all this was so slowly, steadily. We just put pieces together, and the scale of Tumbad, the world of Tumbad was formed.